All right, g'day, Stepn sneakerheads, and welcome back to another Stepn Town Hall. Yes, we are back, and we are back with a vengeance. But that intro was off the hook. Big thank you to the beatboxing boys, the Mad Twins. They have get lucky because I can't tonight. If you want to get lucky, we like giving back to the community, and one lucky person tonight will take home their very own Solana Genesis sneaker. That's right. You will take home your very own Genesis sneaker. We're not even giving these out much anymore, right? They're getting hard to come by, and you could be one of the lucky people. But there is a catch, all right? But it's a pretty easy catch, mind you. All right. And if you don't want the Genesis sneaker, I will happily take it from you. Right. You can give it to me. And then I will give it out to someone else because I don't need it, because I want to give it to someone out there. So remember, if you want to enter our bit of our sneaker raffle, okay, the audience, what you must do, follow Stepn. Well, you don't have to, actually. This is not a must. This is if you want to win, if you want to enter. All right. Follow Stepn and MOOAR on Twitter. Retweet the pin post on Stepn and listen to this space. All right. So let me repeat that again. Follow Stepn, follow MOOAR on Twitter, retweet the pin post on Stepn and start listening to this spot. Okay. But we are not going to tell you when you are going to get drawn. Somewhere throughout this show. Could be the end, could be right at the start. But Jason will bring his magic Twitter picker wheel and he will inform us of the person that he is listening to or she is listening to this show, and then you will take home the Genesis sneaker. So, bringing it down a little bit, just to start off with. There's some events happening in the crypto industry. It is very sad, and I don't wish that on anyone. But for everyone out there, please be safe. But most importantly, we're rock solid, all right? We're going to keep marching forward right now. We're going to keep marching forward, and we're going to do what we do, right? And that's going to keep building, right? Just like Shitty said on her post today, we are going to keep building and building and building, all right? And we're going to do things a little bit differently tonight. And as you probably noticed, the usual suspects aren't on here. What is going on, you may ask? We're going to go sort of old school, but old school with that twist, all right? Remember the old days when you listened to the show and people got some real questions, came on and got all that stuff, and it felt like, you were really part of it? That's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to bring some listeners on. You can ask us some questions. We're going to bring some ambassadors on, and hopefully they ask us some very tough questions, because we want to ask you and answer you all the things that you want to know, because tonight is proudly brought to you by you, the community. That's right. Yes, you. But let's welcome our next guest. She is a star. She is lovely, and her name is Beth. Welcome to the show, Beth. How are you tonight?
Hi, Dyson. I'm super excited to be here, very grateful, and I want to know what you had for dinner, because I don't know how to match the energy that you have right now.
I did warn Shitty that I do get a little bit excited. I go a little bit ape for these shows, And, it feels like I've probably had about 5 Red Bull, but I've literally had none. And I'm just pumped. Like, I love town halls. I love, the community, and I love giving back. So, where else would I want to be right now?
No, that's great. I definitely thought you were beatboxing in the very beginning. Very surprised. But also,
that's no good because I tried it once when I was talking to you, and you know how bad I am at beatboxing. Jason was the beatboxing king. I was just second, third, fourth Z tier when it came to that. So it's probably lucky for everyone out there that it wasn't me.
Well, like you said, if nobody here wants to win the Genesis sneaker, you're going to have to race me for it because I want in.
All right, game on. Game on. Heads or tails, scissors, paper, rock. All right, I'm in. But we want to give it away, right? We want to give it to someone out there who's, deserving winner, people that, listen to our show, put in some questions, really just people that, love Stepn. And these are the people we want to give to back. Isn't that right, Beth?
I guess. I'm just kidding. Absolutely.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, you were right.
So Beth, let's talk about you quickly. And everyone here on the show is like, okay, this is not Jorn, this is not Jerry, because we don't sound like them. And we're talking a little bit more than what Jerry is. Jerry, by the way, I do love you. But tell us, when did you start Stepn, so everyone can get a bit of an idea of who you are and why you're on the show?
Yeah, and I promise my story won't take the entire
Okay,
show.
that's enough of Beth. Now, moving on to... No, sorry. You go.
I joined Stepn January 25th, and then I became an ambassador in May, and just recently I became the lead of ambassadors for this awesome team.
So tell me about that. You've been with us for over a week now. How are you finding it?
Oh my God, it is bewildering how much, like when I see on social media how much Stepn, how much FSL does, like we just kind of know, like they are building, they're producing, they're shipping, and it's a lot. But when you see behind the scenes, it is so much more than I thought.
More indeed.
So much
Didn't you mention to me, like, how good would it be if, like, the ambassadors could at least come in our conversations and see what's going on? Because, like, what you're saying is, like, how mind-blowing it, like, speed we work out the hours, the constant hours that we're working, because people are all over the world and working early morning to late night. And people are like, oh, we're not getting enough info. But behind the scenes, we're working pretty flat out. Isn't that right there?
Yeah, I would love for everyone to see what happens behind the scenes so that they can know how hard everyone is working. It's amazing. It's incredible. And I was in shock for a very long time.
I think you still might be in a shock for a few months. Yeah, I can't let you go that easy, right? But we are thrilled to have you here, part of the part of the team, Beth. And yeah, you've just fit in perfectly, and the ambassadors love you. So congratulations to all the hard work that you've put in so far. So well done. Moving on though, I'll just quickly talk about me, because people probably don't know who I am. And yes, the show is not about me. And we'll get into the questions shortly. I do apologise, but we will get into it shortly. All right. My name's Tyson. I have, when did I start? December the 21st, when it was all launched. But I've known Jorn for over 4 years now, before that. And I really just loved the project from the start. And I asked Jorn, can I get a job? And he's like, no, man, you need to go in and work in Discord. So I went into Discord, got my levels up. So I got my levels up to a decent level. Then he was like, yeah, Tyson, all right, well, you can, do something now. And that gave me the right to, put on my first Twitter Space show, my fitness Twitter Space show with Simon, and then work hard with that, and then put on a different show. And then I became an ambassador, and then head of ambassadors, or lead of ambassadors, now head of community. So it has been a pretty whirlwind journey from there. But I liked it because Jorn just didn't give me a job from the start. I had to earn that role. And and I like that about him. And he sticks by his people. And yeah, I love Yawn to bits. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be here tonight. Beth, do you want to talk about the boring stuff and get that out of the way just at the start?
I do. Isn't this going to be so much fun? So I just want to remind everybody who's listening that everything we say and everything that our guests say is only opinion. None of this is financial advice, and always do your own research. It's the funnest part anyways. Does that sound familiar to you?
You did that so well, by the way. Did you? How often did you practice that? Like 5 or 6 times? Because that came off your tongue really well.
Thanks. I can read.
Yay! Well done. All right, I think let's start to delve into it. Right? Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a shout out. Right? The reason why we're doing a bit of a shout out, we're doing a shout out to the ambassadors. So thank you very much. The mods, the customer service team, everyone in Stepn, the workers, the KOLs, the influencers. But first of all and foremost, the community, right? And why I'm saying that is because the community filled in a form. So about a week ago, I put a form out there, and it was just a Stepn feedback form. So it was just to get some feedback. And oh my Beth, like I literally had to turn my notifications off on my email because we have had 727 responses so far.
That's awesome. That's how much they care.
Crazy, but that's what I love. So if anyone out there, and this is what we're going to be talking about the show tonight, it's all about this. So tonight's questions will come from this form, right? It will come from the questions that you put on the Stepn Twitter page. And it came from another form that we asked our mods and ambassadors to fill in as well. So we have gone like old school, and all the questions that we're going to talk about tonight is based on all the things that you have spoke about. We have to delve in a little bit. If you just say that you don't like rainbows, remove them is probably not a good thing. But, we'll talk about rainbows. But, positive responses, giving us ideas, thoughts, we love it, right? We love it so much that if you want to do it, all you have to do is go to our, Sean runs for fun, and he's posted it on his channel, and I'll post it up in this group tonight. So if anyone is listening, you can go put some more things out on there. So we thank you a lot. All right. So Beth, do you want to start on our first question? And it is a bit of a straightforward one, right? Like, where is everyone? Where's the old school people, right? Where's Yawn, Jerry? Where's Barn Dog?
Yeah. So Barn Dog's traveling. But for Yawn and Jerry, and I know some of you are probably disappointed that you didn't see Yawn and Jerry here. Hopefully we can do you justice, but we want town halls to be every month. We still want to give you the same information. We want to be transparent and improve our communication. So both Yawn and Jerry are currently working on new alpha. They might not attend all the town halls, but hopefully we can bring that communication, that improved communication, that transparency to the community that everyone wants.
I was still thinking it would be much better if Yawn was patting his cat or something like that, and he was too busy or something. That would have been more funny for me. But they are generally working huge amounts of hours, right? And they are another reason is they are working on some new alpha for us as well. So they're behind the scenes working to get that out. So right now, you should be very thankful that they're not here, because if they're not here, they can't work on that new alpha. And I can tell you, it is pretty awesome. We know it, right, Beth? I'm a bit excited about it. What are your thoughts and feelings? And should we do it now, or should we do it a little bit later?
I will let you decide on that one.
All right. Well, I reckon we'll save it for a few more questions, and then we maybe get like, how do we do this? I reckon we get the community involved, and when I see enough people throwing out some emojis, I reckon that's when I'll give the alpha, but not until then. I'm going to hold off for now. I reckon. Let's talk about the Apple Marketplace, right? So the Apple has done a new update, as we know. So we've had to make some changes to go along for their rules. So Beth, do you have any thoughts about, what's happening with the Apple and their changes?
Yeah, so with the changes, to stay compliant with Apple, we're going to be taking out the in-app marketplace for Apple devices.
Mm-hmm.
You can still log on using a different browser, and you still can just use m.stepn.com. And no, it won't log you out of your app, but this is a change that has to be made.
Yeah, so we support the decisions made, and yeah, we're moving forward. So that will be updated a few hours after the town hall. So tonight, that update will be made, so you won't be able to obviously purchase within the shop. So you just have to do it, like Beth said, on mstepn.com, and yeah, you can do it. So it's not going to be much of an issue, is it, Beth? It's just going to be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same stuff. Just got to click into a different browser.
Yep, that's it. Simple as that. But no change for Android. So I don't know. I think I might change to Android now. That might be a better option. But moving on, let's go on to question 3. The good old roadmap. All right. So, a lot of people, it's like the Bible to them. Okay. So you look at that roadmap, they're like, oh, okay, this is coming up. This is going to happen. Yes, this is likely it's going to happen, but we do need to make changes and update them consistently. So talking about that, like, what would you say that, Beth, we could do to be a little bit more consistent with our stuff?
Yeah, this was one of the big topics in not only the form that you sent out, but also on as soon as the roadmap was updated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's
Yep.
something that we're going to be working on and making sure that it's updated more consistently, more accurately, and that our users are well updated. Now, the team, because I've just joined, so I'm gonna go with the team. Right?
You are a part of the team. It's hard to remember that sometimes, isn't it? You're like, oh, I am a part of the team now.
They have done an incredible amount of work creating 3 projects in 1 year, and that is something to definitely be proud of. That being said, again, we're going to be updating the roadmap more consistently, more accurately, and just really improve on our communication, because that's definitely something that our community has been very vocal about.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we're here today, because we want to communicate the community. Like, we're the bridging stone. So, information comes from our users and then goes to our ambassadors, or then comes to us, and then it filters on through. So what we're saying is that information does get back, right? And we will be consistently working on to be more accurately working on getting that information out to you. And one of those ones is definitely talking about tonight, how in a couple hours time that update's going to be made. So anyone who's listening right now, you just be ready. So in a few hours, just make sure if you do update Stepn, then, there may be some changes, and you'll just be aware of that. And, go out there and help people too, right? Like, so, if you know any friends out there who may not be listening to this show, then go tell them, you may not be able to do that anymore. And then it's not just us with communication as well, it's the ambassadors, but then it's our users, but then our users too, and our friends, because I've brought friends and family onto Stepn as well. So I have to go and talk to them as well and explain these things, except for my mum, because she doesn't buy things. I buy them for her, so she doesn't have to worry about that. But yeah,
can you buy some stuff for us too?
I will buy you a pillow to sleep on, so you can sleep at your desk and just work more.
On a serious note, that's actually one of the things that I love about our community coming in, because I joined as a non-crypto native, and all the information I got were from other community members. And that's actually when I was like, yeah, this community is the best. It wasn't just GMs in the Discord. I asked a question and there were a whole bunch of people who were trying to answer and like help me out. Whether it was to level up in Discord or whether it was to actually help me, it doesn't matter because I got the help. So
Yeah, that was me going, need to level up. Bjorn's watching, need to level up. Gotta get that up. But I loved it. I don't get time to get in there as much as I used to. But I see it in my Twitter post where people are talking. That community town hall that Cozy did last week. Giving out information to other people. Like, that's what I love. Like, I just love seeing people out there that help each other. And for no benefit except for just being nice and friendly. So, people out there, go and help other people. If you know something, help them out. And we'll try to help you out by giving you more info. All right. Beth, I think I'm going to try the alpha reveal time. All right. So I'm a little bit excited.
Before you do that, wait, hold on. Sorry, everyone. You said you wanted updated information. Ready? The update is tomorrow morning. And you don't have to update your phone. But eventually, like when there are new features in the app, you'll have to update, and it's going to happen eventually.
Well, did you just get that why we were talking, that updated info?
Live news.
What?
Dun, dun, dun.
I didn't even. I just checked all my stats and everything. Then no one mentioned that to me. So there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because everyone's
alpha.
mad. Yeah, everyone's mad that I'm stopping the alpha, so I'm gonna stop talking.
No, that was important, right? I liked it because you were like, no, here's the latest info. And I was like, man, I didn't even know that latest info. So see how, hey, look, it's already working. The show's already one up, I reckon, right now. All right. So to the community, anyone who's listening to this show, I want to see everyone go emoji crazy. If I see everyone going emoji crazy right now, give us as many emojis as you can. I will reveal the alpha right now. If you don't, I'm going to hold off and I will do it later in the show. So everyone, I'm checking through it right now. I want to see everyone going crazy. I see about half. Stepn Runner. There we go. Vito, Scott, Kaz. All right.
K-Train, throw it up.
Shan, look at all these cool people. No, I don't see enough. I do not see enough. All right. So I don't think we can do it now. What do you think, Beth? Do you think we should do it now, or do you think we should do it later?
I think you should do it now.
No, not enough. I am going to try it again, and I am going to see what happens. All right. So right now, I'm going to bring on an ambassador, right? I'm going to get an ambassador to throw us a tough question, right? Why do I want to do that? Why do I want to put my job in jeopardy? Because I like to risk it all, right? So I think we bring on someone. Let's bring on Simon. Simon, you there?
Hey, buddy? Great energy tonight, guys. Awesome work. Loving it.
I have missed you, mate. Normally it's you I'm talking to. So I did miss you. I needed to bring you on to see how you're going. How you going, buddy? You doing all right?
I'm great. It's awesome to see a lot of faces from the community out there, and I love it. Stepn always steps up. So when there's been a rough couple of days, they're always out there talking to the community, which is one thing I love about it.
Did you already squeeze in a dad joke steps up really early on without
possibly there might be more of them as well, but that's I've actually got two really hard questions for you guys. Am I allowed to ask? Can I ask the hard one first?
Yeah, okay, go for it.
If you were stuck on a deserted island and you could only have one person with you. This is directed at you, and then I've got a hard question for Beth as well. Out of two people, Beth or Barndog, who would you keep with you?
Tough question, because I know if I bring Barndog, he's going to use my running shoes because he runs lots. Yes. And Beth might talk too much, but that might be handy because she'll put me to sleep. So I'm going to go, because she's on the show tonight. I'm going to say
well
Beth.
Played. Beth, Barndog or Tyson?
I'm going to sacrifice myself and live.
Oh, wow.
Good.
I mean,
good.
That's why, you are the person you are and in charge of the ambassadors. I like that. But I do have a tough question.
A serious question. You have a serious one. All right, serious one.
And I think a lot of people would want to know as well. When will Rainbow Plus shoes be released?
Thanks very, very
You said
much.
you wanted to risk it all. You said you wanted to risk it all.
Well, Jerry is listening to the show right now, and you're just going straight to the tough question. You're going straight to the jugular.
Yeah, you should just remove him as speaker.
Yeah. Delete as friend. All right, block. Insider joke. Let's talk about Rainbow Plus. Well, the good thing about Rainbow Plus is Jerry just mentioned it in Discord. So how cool is this? Like, this is what I love seeing. Like, Jerry getting out about, right, and getting into Discord, and he mentioned not soon, right? That's what he stated, wasn't that was correct, wasn't it, Beth?
Yeah, no, I was actually really happy to see Jerry in the Discord. That was awesome.
Yeah, so was I. That was wicked. I was actually jealous because I wasn't there talking to him. Like, he's mine. Leave him alone. So it's not going to be for a little bit. So obviously, the current Rainbow system is a self-sustainable system. There was a lot of people, I would say a huge amounts of people saying, get rid of rainbows, get rid of rainbows, get rid of rainbows. The thing is that it is good for Stepn, right? So it's a self-sustainable system which keeps the circle moving around, right? Keeps that wheel nice and greased, and the more burning mechanisms that we have for GMT, the better, right? So we need Rainbow to help be the cornerstone of Stepn. It's not going to be our main focus. Like, we've got many more things to build and to come forward, and obviously give out some alpha as well. But for now, it is a sustainable system for Stepn, and it will be staying here. But the good news is Rainbow Plus, for Simon, who asked that tough question, thank you very much, will not be coming out anytime soon. Or it's just soon is the answer to that one. Do you have any other thoughts about that Rainbow there, Beth?
Yeah, I mean, I know that the community wasn't happy about the timing of rainbows, or even, I mean, there were so many people in that feedback request form that just, like you said get rid of rainbows, but we can't remove rainbows,
No.
Just like you said, like, in order for us to have sustainability, rainbow sneakers have to be there. And it's not like the team was like, oh, let's think of what we could do to make the community mad. No. This is for sustainability. This is for the community. And maybe right now the community doesn't see it, but in the long term, and that's what Stepn is trying to do. That's what FSL is trying to do.
Yeah, that's 100% correct. It's for the future. We're going to keep building, right? That's our focus. We want to keep building, right? This is the time to build. This is, I know these things that people are like, oh, it's time to build, but like, it is like, this is the time that we knuckle down. We work crazy amounts of hours. And we don't do a crazy amount of hours because we want this to fail. We do this because we are so damn passionate about Stepn. It is not funny, right? And we love, seeing people out there getting passion. But, we take it personally when they go a little bit crazy at us. We are working so hard and we will continue to work hard because we believe what we're doing. And so much so that we're even putting ourselves out there right now to give back to the community. But yeah, we're here for the long haul, and I am absolutely pumped because, the things that are going to keep rolling out throughout next year, the years to come, it's just going to be huge. So really, really, really excited with the things to come. So thank you very much for that question, Simon.
Thanks, Tyson. I've got one more about rainbows.
Oh, what's that? What do you got, Simon?
What do you call a rainbow without any colours?
White.
A plain bow. I'll go now. Have a great show, guys. Good job.
Thanks, Simon. Thank you. I did like that one. I hadn't heard that one before, actually. So I'm a dad. I've heard lots of kids' jokes, and I haven't heard that one. All right. So moving on. What do you want to move on to the next question there, Beth? Do you want to read the next one out?
Yeah, sure. Are we bringing somebody up for the next question, though?
I reckon we do that. Let's bring on Shannon. All right, I reckon we can find him out there. If anyone could see the man Shannon, let's get him on out. I will bring him on here. Right now, let's go get him. But before we do, Shannon, he is just the man, right? Anyone who's out there, you might know him as Shan, right?
in, and then it just went from there. And now it's just like it snowballed into people that never come on stage before, came on stage, and they just fell in love with, just being able to communicate in that form. And it's just now it's almost 24/7 at this point, constantly. We've definitely taken the record for the longest Twitter space.
I love it because I enjoy just listening to other people and other people's opinions as well. And some of the people you have on your show, I'm just like, man, that's cool. I get that. I get what you're putting down. So, really awesome work there. But, you've gone through a lot in your life. How has kind of Stepn, benefited you?
Huge in more ways than I actually planned it to. Like when I first started off in Stepn, it was very much about a motivator for exercise, because obviously I was quite a big boy, like almost 200 kilos at one point. And so motivation to exercise has always been something I'm trying to ingrain. So when I found something that was like, wow, you're going to incentivize me, pay me to get out there and move my body, it was a no-brainer for me. But it's been the lessons in crypto that I've really learned, and also the community that I've really made some really good friends, like that I consider some of my best friends, honestly. And they're the things that surprise me, the knowledge that I've acquired. Like I know people sit there and go, like, I brought the top, like the literal top of Stepn. And people are like, I've lost this money. But I kind of think back to all the stuff I've learned about, different blockchains and transferring money through crypto and all these lessons I've learned, because I wasn't a real crypto native. I've done it for a few years, but I've learned so much about the crypto world through being in Stepn, like just even how things work and stuff, that I look at it as like, I've just paid for schooling in something. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how much I've actually learned through just being part of it.
So you've kind of like got a uni degree through Stepn.
Yeah. I'm a crypto expert now. No, not really. I'm still definitely learning.
I'll get you to do a one-on-one class for us if that's okay there, Shannon.
No.
All right, but that's beautiful. Some wonderful words there, Shannon, and I do appreciate that. But it's enough about you. Let's get on to why you're here, and please don't be as tough as what Simon was to us. Okay.
Okay.
Please don't be as tough. What question you have for us tonight?
Wow, I get to ask a question. Okay, this is cool. I'm going to ask, where is Marathon Space and what happened to it? Because I know a few of my friends were runners. We're really looking forward to that. And obviously it's been taken away. So when Marathon?
Yeah. Well, it hasn't been taken away. It's just been moved, right? There's some major developments that we need to work on with it, right? So, and those major developments need to take some time. Like we want to make sure when Marathon comes out that it works for everyone. So we've got to really spend a lot of time on the back end sorting all that. And there has been lots of changes, and it's still on, technically on the road. It's not gone anywhere. It just has moved, but it is in development, which is really, really exciting to me because I was like you. I am still super keen and super. I'm going to use your words here, Shannon. Super bullish. Right? You use that all the time. So
mega bull.
Yeah. So yeah, still happening. And it's going to just be really well designed, and it will come out. So. When that comes out, it's just going to be, kind of next level, and just getting everyone involved as well. So that it's still on the roadmap. So that's the really good news. We just, that's right. Ewan and Jerry aren't here right now. They're working on those major developments, for us to make sure that we can bring all these out in the coming future. So, thank you. There was not a fun question. Thanks again, but it was fun having you on the show, buddy.
No, I appreciate it. That's good. It's good to know that it's still on the on the path to getting it, because I know it's a big one for me, and I definitely want it around. So that's good answer. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm kind of annoyed because when I was first hoping it was going to come out was like in January, right? And at that stage, I knew I probably would have done pretty well for the marathon mode. But now, since you're here in Australia too, I just, you're going to beat me now. So it's no fun at all.
Well, it's worth a try.
Yeah, I will. I'll give it a good shot. I'll give it a good old crack. Sorry there, Beth. We haven't left you. You're still there, Beth. Please come back.
I'm just enjoying it. Hey, Shan, I just wanted to thank you for asking that question. Simon, you too. You guys asked tougher questions, but also really, really important questions, because these are strong questions coming from the community. We've seen it multiple times. And I'm just going to give a plug to our ambassadors who are doing an incredible job receiving communication from the community and bringing it back. Like us filtering through the feedback form, what was like 500 something that we went through, and then we spent hours discussing each one to make sure like which one's reasonable. No, like literally hours on a Sunday. For me, it was a Sunday.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like my wife was here at that stage, and she left and came back, and she's like, "You still? Was that another call?" I'm like, "No, we're still on that same one."
Yeah,
like 3.5 hours later.
So our ambassador team and our mod team are really, really important, because there's so many people and there's so many different opinions out there, and great ideas, but just being able to like sort through them is really important. And I think our ambassadors and our mods do a great job of that.
Yeah. So once again, we'll just give a plug to Shan. So thank you very much for coming on, buddy. Really do appreciate it. But head to his post. You can see it right at the top of this Twitter space. All you do is click on that. That will take you straight to the form, and then start filling it out. Like, this is going to be a continual thing, right? We're going to go into those questions. We're going to extract all the good information out, and then we're going to bring it back on this show, and we're going to do it at time and time again. So this is how we're listening. So if you want to get that information out, and if you want answers, put it in that form. We'll pick out the best ones. Obviously, we can't do everyone because, and we go on, which ones are getting the most, and, come back on this show and we can give you the answers to them. So, it works well. So it's pretty simple, but let's move on to the next one. So why can't we provide wallet addresses for burning? That's a tough one there, Beth.
From what I know, they're burning tokens every day on each chain, and it's their spending address. Do you know more information about that?
Yeah. So this is it's a really good question, because it, a lot of people out there is like, why aren't you showing us the wallet address? It's out there. Like, wasn't it Crypto Eager did a whole report and stuff on it. Shout out to Crypto Eager as well. Awesome person. Thanks for all your information out there. Do really appreciate it. But the spending address, and we are just continually, burning. Right. So, we're burning these tokens because we want to see the growth, and, this is what we said we did. So if you want to see it, we have a spending address out there. I'm not going to read it out to you, but we do have a spending address, which, if someone's out there smart, could obviously go find it and see what we're burning each day. So, it's open and easily accessible for everyone. So, we're not trying to hide anything. It's out there for the world to see. So let's go on to improved market filters. Because, I'd have to second this one. It was really good when the new filters came out. That made it a lot easier. It was really easy to filter at the start because, there was only a few shoes, but 2 or 3 shoes to pick from at the start. So it was really easy to pick a good one. Now there's lots on there. Beth, are we going to change the market filters or improve them anytime soon?
I do want to add that at one point it was fun trying to hunt for the shoe.
It was fun.
It was almost a game in itself. And I know other people don't feel the same way, so I'm going to empathize with that. But I think, again, 530 responses that we went through. So prioritizing, I'm going to go with the marketplace filters is probably not as much of a priority right now, but maybe down the track it could be.
Yeah, I'd have to. To be honest, I did actually really like that too, and I was a sucker. I was sitting on my phone for hours at ends. My wife's like, "Tyson, you there?" I'm like, I'm listening, just scrolling through to try to find, and it was like finding the diamond in the rough. It was kind of fun. But obviously don't have time now. But it was good. So hopefully in the future at this stage, we are focusing on a few other things, and that is our alpha as well. Hopefully coming up. All right, I think we do that right now. Actually, I think it's time. Okay, do you want me to give out the alpha now? So I'm going to have another go. If everyone puts your hands up, get emoji crazy. Beth, can you do it too? I'm going to get involved because I want the alpha to come out. All right, I'm going to go to hearts. I want to see everyone going emoji crazy. And if I see at least, 75%, I'm going to go. So I'm down from 100% down to 75%. Okay, I'm scrolling through, see people. I see File Launcher, Kim. Who else we go? Kevin, Floki, Gaber, Vito, Scott, Kaz. No, not enough. No alpha. No alpha. All right.
Tyson, I do have some people saying that they're on their desktop, so they can't do emojis.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. All right. Well, you're lost then. Sorry. No. I might. How about next time I bring it down to 50%? Will that be fair? Like say there's 50% that are not on their phone. The other 50 are on their desktop, but not now. I'm going to save it. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Here's an interesting one. Would STEPN VIP give you access to more? What would you say about that?
Maybe.
That is it. That, to be honest, to see some of these things people bring up, right, and we're like, that is an awesome idea. Now, we're going to talk about it because, that's a really just clever idea, like introducing the STEPN VIP to give access to more. Like, what a clever idea. And, us getting these things out there to the open starts, it may not be happening now, but it could be happening down the track as well. So, really clever things that are people coming out there. And that pretty much evolves to the next one, which someone mentioned, and I went, wow, that's a crazy good idea. And what they were asking about is, which happens lots these days, dark mode. Would you like to see dark mode come into effect at some stage, Beth?
Tyson, you were like, wow, that's a great idea. People have been asking this for so long.
Well, yes, no one's asked me. They haven't asked me. They haven't gone, Tyson, I want dark mode. It was the first time I saw it.
Okay. Feedback form, effective.
Feedback, it worked. See, I listened. We get it out there. How do I delete Beth as host?
Anyways.
Yep. Sorry, I'll let you go.
I'm very happy because they said like it was very firm answer. Like this is definitely considered for the future. Now, timing wise, I don't know, but the fact that they were like very confident in the answer that it's definitely going to be considered for the future is gives me hope.
Yeah, that's cool because like that it gets them thinking about it as well, and then they're like, wow. And then when we brought this up, they were like, that's definitely something we're going to consider. And I'm like, how cool is that? Like, so there's something that, Beth's known about for a long time. I'm just recent. And they're like, yeah, no, that's a really good idea. Like, see, these things, we are listening, right? And I'm going to start listening to Beth probably by the sounds of it because I didn't listen to, she's been talking about this for ages. So I do apologize, Beth.
I guess everyone could just blame me for that, right? Because then I didn't do a good job communicating
True.
that back.
So come on. So how long have you been talking about it?
Sorry.
Like, how long? Like 1 month, a week? 10 months? How long?
You don't want to know the answer to that.
Okay, I'm probably going to look silly, am I? Well, there you go. All right, so dark mode could happen. All right. Do you think we could give a tiny bit of alpha? It's not the alpha that I was thinking about, but what do you reckon when we give a little bit of alpha?
I've said yes every time you've Do it, Tyson.
Okay, I'm going to just give a tiny taste of alpha, right? So much so that it is so tiny, but it is so damn exciting. This one, not as exciting as the other one, but no, I think, geez, they're both just as good, actually. God, I'm excited about both of them. But what I'm going to say, all I'm going to say, so listen very carefully. I may only just say this once. All right. In-app games notifications, things will be coming out soon. What do you say to that? Would you like to see some in-app notifications, Beth?
Yes, I think that people are craving it. But what does soon mean?
Yeah, okay. So it is, I can't give a date, but there is something big happening soon and it's massive and it's already a preset date and it has to happen. So the dev team, Jorn, Jerry, everyone is working really, really hard to get this idea out. And a big shout out, I'm going to do a massive, huge shout out to Shitty because it was her that pushed really hard for this. And we thank you. And the whole community should do an emoji thank you to Shitty. And this is not just a suck up, right? She is an amazing person, but she saw this on the list and she's like, okay, let's make this happen. And she went all out there to get this over the line. So right now, everyone gives some big love hearts to Shitty for this thing that's going to come out soon because this is the biggest event in the world. And we are hopefully going to do something in our in-app games notification. So everyone right now, throw some love hearts out to Shitty because we do love everything you do and getting this thing out there. But I can't talk more about it because if I do, I may give it away and that would be the end of me. All right, let's move on to, God, we're only about question 14 already. So, all right, let's go to question 14. What are the benefits of MOOAR for Stepn users, Beth? Is there any sort of benefits, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, Stepn users are always asking this question, right? But essentially, like GMT utility, any GMT use cases will benefit Stepn. And I don't really know how to describe it any more than that.
It's like you're Simon right now with your dad jokes, with your more dad jokes.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had use cases for GMT, like more use cases for GMT will help Stepn. And I want to emphasize that, like, the team is not abandoning Stepn. They know that their users are important. Like, it's going to the meetings, like STEPN is always talked about. STEPN users are always talked about.
Always.
And MOOAR is there to help STEPN as well. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, you said it really well. So it is based around GMT. So I want to get everyone, if you're good at your imagination. So I'm gonna draw this. So right now, draw a circle on a piece of paper. Right in the middle of that circle, write the words GMT, and draw a line off that, and draw another circle, and in that circle, write STEPN. Then off the main circle with GMT, draw another line, draw a circle, right? And in that one, write MOOAR. Then another line, another circle, write door, right? So you're getting the idea is it's all based around GMT, the utility, right? We need to build an ecosystem around GMT. So we're going to base everything around GMT. So if GMT is successful, then STEPN successful, more successful, and all those particulars through there. So, we're not going away. We are we're doubling down, tripling down to make sure that we're here to stay for the long haul. So how did you good at imaginary drawing there, Beth? Did that work for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like I'm biased and I've already had that image in my head.
Yeah, perfect.
But it's really important for users to know, we're not forgetting about STEPN. Promise you, we're not forgetting about STEPN.
Tyson and Beth, you forgot to mute me. I'm still
Oh,
here.
no. Wait,
can you repeat the steps to drawing? Because I ended up drawing a bunny rabbit, and I'm not sure how I got there.
It would have been better if it was a cat.
Also, question 13.5.
What is it?
Because you were talking about dark mode. Will there ever be a Christmas mode where the shoes get a bit of tinsel and some baubles? Just putting it out there.
Putting out there. Yeah, it's called Your House. Simon lives at 2876 Crescent. No, I was just kidding. Would we Christmas? Hey, that's not a bad idea, Simon. We haven't discussed that internally, a Christmas idea. Oh, you know what? I don't have an answer for you. How about that one? But I'll take it to the team. Is that okay?
That's amazing. I'll go back to finishing off my bunny rabbit.
Yeah. Can you turn it into a kitty cat? Then Yon will like you.
Yes.
You could submit it for the MOOAR mascot competition.
Good idea.
Yes, you can win 10,000 GMT. So anyone out there, make sure you give that a go. Simon, before the show is up, I want to see you post your MOOAR bunny rabbit out there, please.
All right, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. All right. So before we go, we're gonna get one more question. This is from the audience, but this is the alpha. All right. So I'm going to try for the major alpha. All right. If you want to hear the alpha, this is your last chance. I need to see 50-50 because Beth said there's people on the desktop. Okay, Beth, I'm sorry. I might be a bit mean. All right. I do love you, but I want to see 50-50. So everyone get out there. Jerry, Yawn, I'm looking at Shitty, K-Train, everyone, Kevin, whoever's Cozy, Sue. All right, everyone, let's go crazy with the emojis right now. And if you do enough, Crypto Egger, come on. I'm looking at you. All right. Cole, thank you very much. Chris, going through some names there. All right, that's enough. Time to do it. It is. Oh, can I actually have a drum roll there, Beth? Do you reckon you can do a drum roll? No, she can't do a drum roll. Here's a drum roll. Badges and achievements are next in line. They are coming out. How good is that, Beth? Where are you going, Beth? Has she muted herself from the show?
I have no words because I'm so excited for the community.
We like you're excited, like I'm excited, right? Like this is just mind-blowingly awesome, right? Like how good it would be to see badges and achievements. So what they're saying is they're not split. Badges and achievements are tied in together. So at some stage, very soon, there's there soon again, badges and achievements will be coming out. So there is that new alpha, the small one, big event, right? Going to come out. And the next thing in line is badges and achievements. Like, so cool that it would be to get a badge and post it on Twitter and start doing that. Maybe it was something to do with kilometers or anything like that. That would be pretty cool, like to get. How long have you been like waiting for this, Beth?
Personally,
Yeah.
I haven't, because I walk 1 kilometer per hour. But
you're still walking, right?
I'm like, I'm so happy because, I mean, listening to the community, shout out to the community town hall that was held, and receiving all that information, but like listening to you and having all this information, it covers a lot of the big things that the community wanted, right? Like in-app games, dark mode has been on there for a while, better communication, more transparency, badges and achievements, marathon mode still coming out, like, and I know that like we haven't given any like exact dates or anything like that, but the fact that they are happening is something that I look forward to, and it just means that the communication is going both ways, and I'm very happy for that, because the community has done an incredible job, like talking it out about suggestions, thinking about sustainability for FSL, for Stepn and for MOOAR, and this just makes me very happy.
Yeah. And I love that too, like the sustainability. That was a really good word there, Beth. It's like, I really love it when people mention something that it doesn't technically help them, right? It's they see that bigger picture, and they came up, with some, interesting ideas. I'm like, yeah, that's really interesting. I like that. Like, some really interesting stuff that the community is getting out there, and it's because like you've made some noise, like we're listening, but we're always listening. We've just we've got lots of things planned, but the cool things, 2 big things coming out in the near future. I'm not going to say that other word, in the near future, which is pretty exciting in my just like so pumped, just so excited to be able to see them moving forward. So I did promise that we may do a bring on a live guest. All right, should we bring on someone, and let's bring on someone from the crowd. What do you think? Should we bring on someone there, Beth?
Yeah, audience, if you guys want to come up and speak, just click on that request button.
All right. And while we waiting for someone, and Beth, if you could pick someone, that would be great. I am going to let you know that we do have a winner of the Genesis Solana sneaker. All right. And we're going to give a shout out to right now, while Beth's sorting some out, at CABOS_CABOS. Congratulations. We'll be sending you first of all, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for, retweeting and liking both MOOAR and Stepn. But yeah, awesome, and congratulations. So everyone give him a round of applause for winning tonight's Genesis sneaker, which hopefully we're going to give out more of them in the coming weeks. So Beth, have you found someone that you want to bring on stage?
Yeah, I have. There's quite a few people, so we'll bring them up. But I do want to mention that to have won, you had to follow Stepn and MOOAR official as well. And one of the things that we have as a highlight for MOOAR is that for MOOAR is that for like the projects that are going to be on the Launchpad, your project will be highlighted on the Stepn Twitter channel as well. And so there's going to be a lot of publicity for those projects and that are going to be on MOOAR. This is exciting.
So say that again. So what do they get? So if the creator is on MOOAR and they win, what do they get?
a lot of publicity, and the project will be highlighted on the Stepn Twitter channel as well.
Whee! So anyone out there, that's pretty cool, wants to be a creator on MOOAR, make sure you head to our MOOAR website. And yeah, just obviously apply, and yeah, I look forward to voting for you. So it'd be really cool to get you on. So all right, so we found someone, you're connecting someone. Rocks Jones, Rocks, how are we, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Your pre-workout that kicked in is just off the chain. For me, it's 3 a.m. So it's great to have all that energy.
Yeah, sorry, Hope. Don't worry. I'll play something really slow and boring at the end, and that should hopefully put you to sleep and then go back to bed.
Perfect.
So what do you have for us there, Mr. Rock?
Oh, I got a really tough question for you, Tyson.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
God, can we pass it off to Beth, please?
No, it's got to be for you.
Nope.
It's got to be for you.
Oh,
Blue?
no.
Yeah.
Oh, to me? Oh, so did you pre-plan this, Beth, to pick on me?
It's quite possible.
Okay, what do we got, buddy?
With the alpha knowledge of the badges dropping, what can we find out about the CMC market cap badge?
Ooh, all right. That's a really good question. Yeah, so I don't actually have the answer to that one. That was a really, really tough question. So are we going to able to use those badges? Hopefully we should be able to move them into our store, obviously, to our page. When it comes to the badges and stuff on the achievements, they are still working out the kinks and to make sure that, we can, get like the PFP icons and everything unlocked and what details will go with that. And it will be, I will actually bring that up, like what we can do with that badge and how it will be a part of it. Because that's actually a really good question, because there's only, certain few out there. So what would you like to see when it comes to that?
I'm just really excited for badge utility in general. So whatever they do decide to have for us, I think it would be great. I think everybody's been waiting for badges and achievements for quite some time, and have been looking forward to that. So whatever it is, I know we'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, cool. All right. No, so that was a good question. And we can't sometimes answer everything, right? Because we don't know everything. But the cool thing is what we'll do is, what I can guarantee is, we're writing it down on the sheet right now, and we're going to bring it up in our meeting, because we'll have a meeting after this, and we'll discuss those things and how we can best utilize it and the CMC badges to that next phase. So how about this? I'll ask, and then on the next show, I'll have an answer for you. Is that good enough for you?
That would be amazing. Yeah. Let's do it.
Done. I'll do that. And yeah, I'll give you a shout out on the next one. I'm writing it in right now, and I will find out the answer for you. So yeah, cheers. Anything else that you might have?
No, thanks, boss. Appreciate it.
No, man, no, appreciate it. And I see you around the traps as well, and I really do appreciate everything you do for the community, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, thank you, Tyson. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And yeah, enjoy your sleep.
I'm staying for the rest of the show.
Cool. All right. I think we bring on one more person. Hey, Beth. And then we call it, a night, so everyone can, dissect all the information that we've talked about. So let's find one more person. And Beth, is there someone that you think would be good to come on? And Simon, that's not you, please. Is he muted? Perfect. He's muted.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do my bunny.
Oh, yeah, keep going, man. Stop talking. Do bunny.
I brought on Cozy, who hosted the community town hall in English and in French.
Oh, Cozy. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, good. So I'm gonna mention Cozy. We got to give him a huge shout out, because we've done it a few times on this show. He was a big instigator behind that community town hall, right? He is not an ambassador, right? And he went off his own back, started the show, spoke to Sean, who spoke to me, Shan, sorry, spoke to me, and then, did whatever we needed to make sure that came off. And Cozy there, how many hours did your show go for the end? Was it like 2 or 3?
4.5, Tyson.
Are you kidding me? 4.5 hours.
I did 9 hours of town hall related spaces over 8 days of period of time. I don't know. Apparently I don't have a life, and I have to dedicate it to Stepn without any type of compensation. So I hope my name's on that Genesis list.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Well, maybe we do a little bit of a bonus for you for saying thank you. So maybe what's that, Beth?
Cozy, it's on the list. It's just at the very bottom.
Oh, yeah. It's the don't give a shoe to Cozy.
Is Beth managing the list? Is it Beth managing the list? I don't trust it.
Yeah, true.
Send to bottom.
Yeah. It would be like an old shoe box or something like that with a smelly shoe in it that she's, stored away for years. There's your shoe. Second-hand one, 30 years old. Congratulations. So, okay, can I ask you a question there, Cozy? Why do you do 9 hours? Like, why do that much? What's the reason for you? Because you're not an ambassador, you're not getting paid, but why do you do it?
Tell you, I didn't want to do 9 hours of spaces. It's not something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what happened was Shan and I were chatting. It seems like Shan's having conversations with everybody. Stepn Marathon Spaces started because Shan had a conversation with Abe, and then Community Town Hall started because Shan and I had a conversation. Shan, you need to stop having conversations. People are losing lots of their free time because of it. But no, so basically Shan and I were chatting on I think it was it would have been the Monday of the week that the town hall would have happened, and we saw that the town hall was dropped, and we saw a lot of FUD, and there were a lot of people saying why aren't they talking with the community, and et cetera, and then when I was talking with the people in Stepn Marathon Spaces, the idea came out, well, why don't we have a conversation amongst us so we can put the fudders at bay to kind of let them know, because there was a lot of very simple questions, and no offense to a lot of the fudders, but the questions were really they had no base, they had no making sense whatsoever. And we were if you just attended a bunch of our Stepn Marathon Spaces, you would have heard all of the things that you're looking for. It's just they want to hear it directly from Jan or directly from Jerry, which I think is a bit naive, because let them build the dang game. You know what I mean?
Yes, please.
So basically we were talking about it, well, why don't we have a bit of a Stepn Marathon Spaces hosted community town hall? And then we started talking about the Wednesday, which was in a couple days. And then next thing you know, Shan disappears, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? I guess we're not doing the community town hall. Yeah. So Thursday rolls around, and then Thursday evening, he comes out of nowhere. He's like, oh, by the way, Stepn Europe's building the banner, and we're gonna do it sometime in the upcoming week. I'm like, but you didn't even check when I could. He's like, when can you do it? I'm like, I guess I could do it Saturday, maybe 13 UTC. And he's like, okay, perfect. Then next thing you know, there's a banner sitting there, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing it now. But,
I have to do it now.
But if I pull it back, the reason why I said wanted to do it, when he was telling me about the idea, I just really wanted to make sure that it had some moderated structure and some some ability to manage the people, because I knew it was going to be a venting session, right? I knew it was going to be a lot of people that are frustrated about a whole bunch of things. And it's actually funny because so I did the 4.5 session that we did, which was basically venting in English. There was a lot of constructive things that came out of it, which was good. And then that's what led to the response. And I said this to Shannon, a lot of people, is that the second, the response episode we had was a lot more constructive on the English side. And then I did the French space immediately following that. And that became more of a venting session. So I started to notice that, these communities actually just need somewhere to vent. I think all of us sometimes just need to go to the top of a mountain and scream as if we're you know what I mean? And just yell at our rooftop or whatever it is to just say, oh my God, okay, all that negative energy is gone. Now let me ask a constructive question about how things can actually get better. And that's what I noticed from the community town hall. So as much as I didn't want to do a 4.5 hour town hall, and I didn't want to do 4.5 hours the Saturday following in both English and French, I just realize, like, I just do most of the conversations the same way why the Stepn Marathon spaces are had is because I realize that we feel a lot better about where we are, about where the project's going and so forth, when we have conversations with people that think differently than what we do. And, you know, it's so easy to get stuck in these, you know, in these one-way thinking of like, okay, well, because I play like this, it's not catering to me.
Yeah,
but
it's
then
not
when you
fair.
listen to like
Why are you doing that to
you
me?
listen to a Rocks, you listen to a Shan, or you listen to a whoever out there has all these different strategies, and it opens your mind a little bit to be like, oh, I never thought about it like that. And, you know, and it makes you kind of sit back and be like, okay, well, maybe this can get better. I see Beth has her hands up, so I don't want to, I could ramble, obviously.
No, you make some really good points there as well. Like, and you can't think of everything, and that's where like shows like this and, you know, outside of shows are really good to talk to. So, you know, community shows, and go find out some info, because, you know, someone's going to mention something, and it might not be correct, like, or at least might give you an idea to think of something else. Like, oh, I haven't thought about that yet. So, you know, it's getting your creative juices flowing, and, you know, like I said, you know, get that off your chest, and then, you know, let that mind free, and it makes you start getting really excited and, you know, getting bullish on stuff, which is really cool. Do you have a question for us, though?
Oh, wait, can
Sure,
I?
Beth wanted to say because your hands up.
It's like, if he's a school teacher, or was.
I just wanted to say thank you, because coming from a community member that's not an ambassador, it's different than like when it comes from ambassador as well, right? Our team does a really good job at communicating, but when it comes from a community member that's not on the team or that's not being paid or anything like that, it hits differently. And I really appreciate that you went 9 hours. You also had some co-hosts on there, right?
You have to let me transition to that, because obviously it wasn't just me. Like I know that obviously I get the credits, quote unquote, because of the fact that I moderated, but I just did that for the structure. Like, there were so many people in the Stepn Marathon spaces that helped. I brought everybody on stage the first time so we could have like a large stage so everybody could talk. So I don't even think I can pick out everybody that was on the stage that day, because there was probably about 5 or 6 people that were there. But, you know, Rocks, Scott, Ra, what else? I think Exotic was there the first time. Like, there was a bunch of us that were up there, and then I have to actually thank Rocks and Scott specifically for the response, because without them, to be honest, like it's one thing to do a moderation and, you know, try to talk, but when you have the ability to kind of pivot to a co-host and allow them to kind of speak their mind and their thoughts on certain things, and then be able to pivot off of that and take it into certain directions, like. And there's something I have to say, and obviously I do have a question, Tyson. So I don't mean to steal up lots of space,
right.
but I find that like 90% of all of the things that I bring up and I speak, for example, in the response, one of the main reasons why it was so succinctly done in 2 hours or just less than 2 hours was because, similar to the first the community town hall that we did. We had a session before, like 3 or 4 hours before. We have everybody who comes in. We invite everybody who comes in. They banter, they talk, we chat, and we come up with all these different things. And Rocks and Scott and all these different people came out with all these cool ideas and these different suggestions and these conversations and these stories and stuff. And that really helped me build my intro. And my intro,
and cool.
Although it's so easy for me to say, oh, all that came from my head, it did not. It came from stories from Rocks. It came from stories from Scott. It came from the knowledge of all of them, but being put into one succinct introduction that allowed things to be much better understood by everybody, right? And that allowed everything to kind of move at a good pace and kind of make everything sound clear, rather than it being kind of like a yelling session, like some other kind of sessions can be. But my question for you, Tyson,
go for it.
Because Rocks wanted to talk specifically about CMC badges, but I want to know about badges more in specific. Do we have more information on whether the badges will have utility, game utility? Because I think that's something that's big. You know, we've been asked for all these different types of badges that would be cool, but ultimately I think people want to know how that gaming utility will be accounted for.
Yeah, no, like, it's big talk. That's actually something that they've talked about for a long time. Like, ever since I first started, they were talking about badges actually having some sort of utility in them. I think the first lot of stuff that's going to be coming out is going to be based around sort of the more PSP sort of style icons, maybe about distance or something like that, where you can get a certain badge which unlocks some things which you only get the benefit of doing if you get to a certain level within the game. So on that sort of sense, you will be able to get some extra badges by if you've been in the game longer and using it a little bit more, then you could use that to obviously use that badge. Is it going to be something that like the CMC badge where we could possibly does it give you a boost of some sort? Because that's sort of what you're talking about, like will it give you a GMT boost? Will it help your resilience sort of side of thing? That's that kind of in-game benefit that you were sort of talking about. Is that sort of where you're going?
Because I mean, obviously with marathon mode being pushed to the new year, I think we all know that badges are going to have some type of play in that, and that's where that's super interesting. But having some type of game utility, and if I have to add on to that, just the even the identification of which badges are official. I know we obviously have people like Fire Launch who come out all these amazing badges that are out
really
there,
cool,
and it's super cool. But there's a huge discussion often in the community about which one's an official badge and which one's not. Especially with the recent launch and finish of the ASICS badge with the new shoe that was purchased. A lot of people are obviously curious about that badge specifically, whether it's an official one or not, because I think that the only one that was really kind of quote unquote official and that could potentially have game utility is the CMC one, which is why Rox was super attached to that one.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
Cozy, I think that's a really, really great idea, and I can see Tyson writing these notes down. So just know that we will be communicating back and bringing more answers. We are 16 minutes past the end of our meeting time, so
I don't like times.
Sorry, Tyson.
Times.
Anyways, I just wanted to tell the community, like, I really hope this is a step in the right direction of what you guys were expecting. Please keep communicating with us through the feedback form is probably the most efficient way, because if you just put it on like our socials or something like that, it's not as organized. So please, we will address more things in the next town halls that are coming up. Let us know what you guys want, what you're looking for. Again, we can't guarantee everything, and we also can't address all of the questions in one town hall. So this will be an ongoing thing, and we really appreciate everyone here. Just wanted to remind you guys that those of you who are listening, that there's the Launchpad open call. I put the tweet up at the very top, calling all creators. Our Launchpad season 1 on MOOAR is open. So go ahead and take a look at that. And Tyson, any last words?
Yeah, no, thank you, Cozy, for coming on. Just go back to the ASIC. Obviously, it was a proper partnership, so we'll be able to find out if that is legit, something that is something that we can use as badge. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on. Please, everyone out there, please be safe. As obviously, like we mentioned earlier on, please be safe, please be safe, please be safe. We're going to keep building, we're going to keep building, we're going to keep building, and more things, sorry, the pun, will be coming out. A massive shout out to, all the employees of Stepn, Martina, Trevor, Leon, Jason, Grace, Gilgamesh, everyone, right? Like, there's too many names. Big thanks to everyone, because they are working so hard, like Mabel behind the scenes. You're doing an amazing job. And it's people like them that we're able to be here today. But I also want a big shout out to the hostess with the mostess, Beth. I appreciate you, not only being a diehard Stepner, and then you've worked your way up to an ambassador, but you're now an employee, and I really appreciate everything that you've done behind the scenes to be where you are today, and to be an amazing host. So thank you very much for that, and I'm going to leave everyone with some final words, if you can understand what they are, and they are.
on the running, stepping to you. JP on the running, stepping